Hello guys, this is my first video in YouTube about computer internal memory. I'm Mohammed Rajiv Mia. What is memory? Before understanding computer internal memory, we have to know the definition of memory. What is memory? Memory is just like a human brain. It is used to store data and instructions. Computer memory is the storage space in computer where data is to be processed and instruction required to processing are stored. Computer memory is any physical device capable of storing information temporarily or permanently. Computer memory is storage unit where we store and retrieve the information. Now, internal memory. What is internal memory? Internal memory is also called by main memory or primary memory. Internal memory are parts of computer that, when running, can store small amounts of data that need to be accessed quickly. Internal memory. Here are three types of internal memory: RAM, ROM, and cache. All are different and have their own unique benefits. Internal memory stores small amounts of data or information that will be immediately used by CPU. It is large array of data, right? RAM. RAM is the part of internal memory. A set of memory chips, each of them is an integrated circuit made by millions of transistors and capacitors. Its capacity determines the number and size of the programs can be run at the same time, as well as the amount of data that can be processed immediately. This is the basic structure of RAM. RAM structure is structured by word lines, bit cells, bit lines, sense amplifier. RAM is the example of RAM, random access memory, stored on the motherboard in modules that are called DIMM. DIMM means dual inline memory module. Now, RAM can have 168, 184, 240 or 288 pins. RAM. When transfer data, in order to program to run, it needs to be located into RAM first, from hard drive to RAM, then RAM to CPU. RAM. Obviously, you have to know, requires constant electrical power circuit to store data. Understanding RAM actually read-write memory. It processes random access memory. RAM is volatile memory that is used to store whatever is used by the computer. It acts as a middleman between the CPU and storage device, which helps speed up the computer. When you try to access a piece of information, such as opening an application, it gets moved from the hard drive to the RAM. Already we have known types of RAM. Two types of RAM here. I'm explaining. SRAM. SRAM means static random access memory. Static random access memory, the information need to be refreshed. In this, it retains stored information only as long as the power supply is on. Static random access memory uses multiple transistors, typically 4 to 6, for each memory cell, but doesn't have a capacitor in each cell. Static memory, also called semiconductor memory, use flip-flop to storage a bit of memory, so doesn't need to be periodically refreshed. It faster and consumes low power, expensive, and have complex structure, so do not use in high capacity application. This is the basic structure of static RAM. Okay, now dynamic access memory. What is dynamic access memory? Dynamic access memory is actually the information has been refreshed after every few seconds, otherwise the information will be erased. Dynamic access memory has memory cells with a paired transistors and capacitor requiring constant refreshing. Real capacitor leaks charge, so capacitor need to be refreshed periodically. Simple structure, like one transistor and one capacitor per bit, so it has very high density. Here now dynamic RAM structure. Dynamic RAM structure is structured by address line, transistor, storage, capacitor, ground, bit line. ROM. ROM is another part of internal memory. ROM can't write in memory but just read only memory. It means that the user cannot write data. you know. RAM is usually found as chip on the motherboard and is used to store the BIOS of the computer along with other important information that is needed to function. ROM was designed so that the BIOS could be accessed by computer without the need for other parts of hardware. ROM stores the program required to initially boot the computer. It only allows reading permanent information, long-term memory. This is the ROM structure. ROM structure is structured by logic circuit. Cache. What is cache? Cache is another part of internal memory. Cache is really small, super fast memory found in um, components of various components of computer. Cache memory is highly speed. You know, the CPU cache is used to store small bits of frequently accessed data from the RAM, so that the processor does not have to wait for the RAM to respond every time it wants some same piece of information. Cache is volatile like that RAM, so it whips clear whenever the computer gets turned off. My It was my tutorial about computer internal memory. I think it will be more helpful for you. uh, Thank you, thanks to all for enjoying me. Okay, so goodbye, let's see again.